Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going to be trying to see if I can get the Cappuccino to run, or try and fix it, or at least figure out what the problem is. For as long as Chris and I have patience, we're going to be trying this. If you guys enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up, tell some friends about the channel, and if you subscribe, I'll put your name at the end of the video. Cheers.
I was going to film you driving it in and then we'll do that.
I gotta start first.
What's meant to be wrong with it? Because it doesn't seem like anything's wrong with it.
I don't know, man.
It just blew some black smoke.
It did?
Yeah, when you were driving up the driveway.
Does it feel bad?
No.
Sick.
Do you want to just jump in?
Go for a drive, don't know why.
See you later.
We've also got no petrol. So
Just go to the roundabout and back.
This boost light's on constantly. It never did that before.
I think we're probably just blowing the turbo seals. Let's put a T28 on it, mate.
Can you shut the bonnet, please? Thank you.
It's a bit of deja vu.
You realise how big a T28 is for this?
I was joking.
You know there is a dude in America that has that?
A T28 on one of these.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. This is the car with the weird window issues, right?
Yeah, you
So
can't
don't touch
the
any
windows.
of them.
Both the windows don't work.
You're getting no boost. You might just have a vacuum line thingo, and it might be just like reading weird boost thingers because you're getting no vacuum or no boost to that boost gauge.
Yeah.
We'll go over all the vacuum setups, chuck an actual boost gauge on there and see what's going on.
I mean, yeah, but like...
No, I know, as I'm saying, you might not have, that might not be hooked up to anything.
No, it definitely is. But
Sure?
we can...
Well,
yeah,
you
we
may
can,
boost, it's fluttering.
Yeah, I think it's map
And it
sensor.
sounds healthy.
Yeah, it sounds healthy. It runs healthy. It's...
Like the turbo sounds healthy as well.
Yeah, I think it's like... If I was to guess, I'd think other map sensor, or... Because it seems like it's other, like it's...
I want to just quickly go through some rules of deduction with for you.
Yeah.
That's not reading anything. I want to put an actual boost gauge on it.
Sure.
I've got a spare one.
Yeah, sure.
We need to put that on and see if it reads vacuum.
Okay.
It's not reading, if it doesn't move whatsoever, because it might have moved from vibration, then the first thing we got to fix is that's going to be a vacuum leak.
Okay,
Whatever
that's
we're
all
not
good.
getting.
And
And then we go to the next section.
Yeah, sweet.
Look at this cute little thing.
600 cc's worth of something.
So much going, like so many weird dials. Like, what does that do? And what does that do?
That's AC. This is aftermarket thermo switch, so the thermo fans kick on at a lower temperature.
Alright, well, first of all, find your vacuum line that runs to your dash.
Yep, here.
Okay, follow it.
Yep.
Every which way and what?
All the way, that goes in through there.
Yeah.
That goes in, tees into the map sensor, and then tees into a vacuum line, which goes into the intake.
Oh, this is map sensor, that's wild.
Yeah, no math, man. Okay, so I'm going to explain what happened when it broke.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's do that.
So, I was driving it to work, it was absolutely fine, boosting sweet. Got to a set of lights, and it started to idle really rough, and I was like, oh, what the hell? And then I took off from there, and it spluttered, wouldn't make boost. The engine revs absolutely sweet, with no load. As soon as you get load, it will not accelerate, unless you are half throttle.
When we just drove down, the turbo sounded completely fine.
Yep.
The motor sounded completely fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be something simple and
It's
dumb.
going to be something simple and dumb. And
Yeah.
that's why I haven't looked at it for
Can
this
we-
amount of time, because I'm like, I know it's just going to be something dumb, and I'm going to be like,
Holy shit, look at this. The bonnet latch lock is like huge. Alright, anyway, can we tripod this so that we can have a look?
I think it's something electronic.
You can tell it's running?
Because that boost light on the dash only comes up when there's positive boost pressure in the intake system. And that is on always now.
Positive boost pressure in the intake system, so there's
Making
no way
boost.
that happens all the time. So that is definitely
It's a sensor.
thing. So basically there's an electronic issue that's told that sensor to turn on, which is telling the ECU to...
Yep, so I think it's overfueling when you get on boost because it's trying to compensate for all this air that it doesn't actually have. I don't know, I just wish that I had a map sensor that I could just swap in just to get rid of that possible thing. Because that, to me, seems like a math problem, but there's no math because it's a map car.
The light's still on?
Yep. So yeah, that leaks from there. That's always done that. It's idling way lower than it should. Normal idle is there.
What is this? Is that your water time sensor?
Yep.
Why is that not plugged in?
Because it's got this.
Oh, okay.
That has, since I bought it, had nothing on it. That vacuum source.
What's that noise?
Fuel pump.
So that only turns on when you put positive boost pressure, and where's the sensor for that?
No idea.
That is the sensor?
I know.
What triggers it?
Google it.
Theory.
Yeah.
So that light only turns on when he has positive boost pressure. So basically there's probably a sensor around 0 to 1 psi or like -1 to 0 that triggers that light to turn on. Because when a car's running, it's making vacuum in the intake. So for example, an SR will have around 15 to 20 pounds of vacuum, right? So what my thought is, there's a vacuum leak that is allowing the car to not make vacuum, which would sort of explain why it runs like shit when you put your foot down. And the boost or the reading that that sensor's getting is somewhere around here, which is triggering the light to be on. Because you can't make vacuum if you've got a hole.
Yeah, of course.
So it will be atmospheric pressure, which is going to be around 0, which might trigger that light to turn on.
Sure.
So if you have a vacuum leak, that will cause it to run like shit, the boost gauge not to read anything because your boost gauge is not a boost gauge, and also that light to turn on. This boost gauge substance. Let's just unplug it wherever it goes from on the other side and put it in the bay. Oh my god, what's that? Clutching?
No, that sounds like dead battery. Dead battery.
Okay, I'll be right back.
That's crazy. How come it started twice?
Well, your first one is you got a vacuum leak that's like big. Large.
Okie dokie. So, Chris's idea to take the battery out, and then we're thinking that the wastegate on the turbo could be seized. Because that would make sense for a vacuum leak and it not making boost and it running like crap.
You've got to pull it that way. It's also got a fuck ton of grease on it, so that's why you can move it. How much?
Enough.
Hang on. So gate.
It's returning properly. Update time. We're going to try and boost leak test it. Because Chris found a step down. Because, you know, this is our tiny little induction pipe. It's cute. Just like Brad.
I'm cute.
Nah.
Hi cute, I'm Chris.
You're a dad.
Stop that.
What car?
No, this video is definitely going to have come out before that one. So, if you haven't seen it, go and watch the car video on Brad car. What? That sounds like gate.
That definitely sounded like gate.
So, put the battery back in, and that's about it.
Did it always smoke?
Yeah. It only smokes when it's cold.
Okay. I think there's something not going on there.
Yep.
Intake side, there seems to be It looks similar to a gate, so I assume it's got a spring in it or something like that, and that's hooked up to your MAF, and that's also hooked up to your boost here. So if this is stuck open, no, if it's stuck shut, then that could cause issues, especially if it's going to the map sensor.
Yeah.
So that could be it. The fact that you're making no boost pressure to your gauge, and that your gauge is in line with your map sensor reading,
That's weird.
that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
So something isn't working in this line on the vacuum here. So that, I reckon that's blocked. That, whatever that is, that fucking weird ass thing there.
Little mushroom ass looking thing.
Yeah, weird ass mushroom ass looking thing is an issue.
Alright.
That would be my guess.
That mushroom looking thing.
But this car is shit to work on.
Yeah.
I've touched it for like 5 minutes. It needs to be driven into a bath of degreaser. Next time you have a little bit of motivation for this thing, pull this bracket off so that you can access that thing down there.
Yeah.
And then see where you can go from there. Because I think it's 2 little 8 mils.
Yeah.
And you can pull that off and take it off from the hoses, and then you can see if it's blocked or something's wrong with that.
I may as well fucking do it now.
Alright, where is your Allen keys?
Okay, Xavier, whatever you do, don't drop this bolt. I'm holding pressure on this so you can spin it, so.
You know what my odds are with dropping this bolt, right? See what he's using? This is a rarity.
What?
See that non-ratchety 10mm that he's got in his hand right now? See how it doesn't go or ratchet.
Ratchet.
He never does that.
I hate using standard tools.
He has to learn. Sometimes
Mate.
it's the only way.
Sometimes it is the only way, and it's extremely fucking annoying. There's pressure in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is part of the fuel rail.
Is that your fuel reg?
Yeah. That makes sense now. Should we take it off or no?
Mm-mm.
No?
No. That's really dumb setup. Has it always been like that?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Welcome to Cappuccino's.
That's not how...
Okay.
Is there another line going from the intake to the reg? Is there another one down here or something? Oh, there is one.
Where?
There's one that goes from the intake to the reg down the bottom below it. Maybe do pull it.
Maybe do pull it?
Okay, we need to put this down so we can see things. I'm sorry.
No, it definitely is.
Okay guys, do you see that position of depression? We fixed his car because... I mean, it's no one's fault because it's the smallest fix, but hang on, where's the boost tee? Show me the tee. Which, like, I don't know why we didn't think of it. It was like connecting 2 vacuum lines. Hang on, how do I focus this while I... Okay, see that little bit there? On the end? That's a tee that's snapped off.
No, it definitely is.
And basically, it was meant to be teed into here. Oh, no, hang on, I've got to use the camera.
Do you want me to film it?
You film and I'll explain, okay?
Yeah.
That there is a boost tee that's snapped off. This vacuum source here goes to the boost gauge, which is why we're getting no reading, and the map sensor. The other side of it goes to the fuel reg. Now, once we pulled the reg off, and then we figured out that the line below it was a fuel line, not a vacuum source, I realized that shouldn't work, because your fuel reg needs a vacuum source, your map sensor needs a vacuum source, and so does your boost gauge, and there's not a single vacuum source there at all.
So
And
what had happened?
Zave was like, this was meant to be like this.
Yeah, I
And
thought
then-
that was still connected, and I was completely wrong. I mean, we haven't actually started it yet, but...
We haven't. We need to put the fuel reg bolt back in, which is going to suck, and we need to just put this back on. But the fact that this didn't have a vacuum source is like,
Money.
that's going to be causing all the issues.
Okay, see you in like 2 minutes, maybe 10, because those bolts are going to suck. Go for it, man. Yep, that's fixed.
Is that how it runs?
That's how it idles.
Can you give it a bit of... Yeah, the gauge is reacting instantly.
Okay, well, can you just keep it running? We'll let it warm up.
And then we'll take it for a run down the
Yep,
road.
we'll take it to the petrol station.
I swear this is the only car that you can get out by doing that.
We've got Brad. Brad,
Sorry.
please can you jump in the automobile?
You want me to start it?
No, you jump in the passenger. We're going to go somewhere real quick. We'll go down the road.
Okay. Do you want me to hold?
No, I want to film you getting in because it's always hilarious. Oh, the roof!
No.
I forgot about the roof.
Thanks, man. Oh, sick. Free wallet.
Oh yeah, that fell off the top of my car and then some dude gave it back to me.
Really?
Yep. Push it up. Yeah.
I was scared I was going to push it off.
I got it. Oh yeah, boy. I mean, it's I turned it back up to running like 9 pound. But
Yep.
it's 4 foot flat.
Hell yeah. So you need like 15 pound, but
It needs like 30.
yeah, needs quite a bit.
Needs way more.
Very, very slow boy.
Very, very slow boy indeed.
Cargo room. At least it runs.
I mean,
Yeah, it fixed it. Do you reckon it was the fuel cutting, or do you reckon it was just because that thing popped off?
I think it was definitely because that thing popped off.
Yeah.
But I think it was also because it had no fuel.
Oh my god, it's slow.
It's so slow. How depressing is that?
I think the 31 would beat this.
31 would flog it.
Yeah.
And that's actually saying something. 'Cause
Yeah.
that thing is not quick.
Nah.
Does-
God. Very low.
It does the job of an automobile.
That turning circle though. That seems quicker. Are you just ramming it out?
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That doesn't slouch.
I mean, it gets there eventually, but it's still very slow. Thanks, man. You're a legend. Yay. You can stop pretending.
It actually is pulling, like, it does pull me back a bit. It's like what I think would be good for a car that weighs 700 kilos and is focused on handling.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, obviously, a little bit more would be cool, but
It does the job.
you don't need that. You've got other cars for that.
Exactly. Yeah,
So-
yeah. So true. I'm
And,
so
yeah.
excited to skid it, man.
So you're taking this
I'm
instead
gonna
of
take
31?
it. Yeah, because I got a handbrake that works.
Yeah, okay, cool.
We fixed it. Well, this guy fixed it.
Well, no, we... Okay.
Thank you, Chris.
It's okay.
Man.
Really happy it's running again.
Yeah, it can't just doesn't just have to be a driveway ornament, which is fantastic. Yeah. Oh, far out. I can't believe it's actually running. So annoyed at myself for not seeing that, but is what it is. It's done now. Well, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed, give it a thumbs up. Tell some friends about the channel. Get stoked for a couple more Cappuccino videos coming, I guess. And yeah. Bye.